program issues on ABS radio and television. I am Eze Onwuchi. Functional education is the key to achieving sustainable education system for a society. To achieve a sustainable education system, the quality of its education system must be improved. Furthermore, to achieve academic excellence, there must be quality teaching and learning, and to achieve quality teaching and learning, four major factors are involved: the teacher, the student, the parent, and the environment. And so today on ACS program, we shall discuss accessing quality education in Anambra State. And we have University as a state university. We shall, however, focus on that. We know the importance of education, where to access quality education, and how really students and anybody that wants to achieve quality education in Nigeria, where that person, especially in Anambra State, where that person can go to. And we have in the studio Professor Ansela Mweke, Director, JUPEB, University. JUPEB is a Joint University Preliminary Examinations Board and JUPEB. Prof, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Prof, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother.
Alright, and we have, of course, Chief Kanayo Obidibo, Ozomenoka, and former President Rotary Club of Unisec. We want to welcome you to the program. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, Prof, can you help me? What is education? Let's begin with that.
Okay. Education is a process of learning something new. It is giving and receiving knowledge. It's a systematic way of giving and receiving knowledge in somehow a structured environment or institution. So it depends on how one looks at it. But holistically, it's all about acquiring something new, idea, knowledge. Though there are many ways in which one can access or get that education. So when we say education, we don't just end it at classroom level. So we have types of education: the formal education, the informal education, and the non-formal education. Most important that education is a process of learning something, acquire knowledge about something.
I like that, learning something new, which means you know something and you want to know another thing, a new thing. That's education. Also, the importance of education. Can you roll back? Move for the neighbor and say, what's the importance of education?
Well, there's no way that anybody will not appreciate the importance of education in developing nations and developed nations. Education is so critical for any nation to develop. It is a proceeding, like Prof said, where knowledge is being imparted and where people are contributing to the already existing knowledge. So it is critical in the sense that there is no community, any community at all, that doesn't find educated people in them, is not existing. We have seen that playing out. For instance, when the colonial masters came, they actually came in as church missionaries, but introduced education right immediately to be able to communicate with the locals. And then you find out that most people that went to school under the colonial masters. We are the people that took over the government of this country when they were living. Because eventually, when we had independence, those who were trained, those who went to school, yes, there are some emerging phenomenon now that people think about wealth as a springboard for class, symbol, or societal, that is recognized within the society because he has some money. But I can tell you, a friend of mine used to tell me in those days. He later became a senator. He said, I have only my pen as my capital. That his pen is his capital. At any time, any point in time, he handles his pen. He makes money. So not money per se. You see? So he said this pen is my capital. I use it to make money. And what does he do with it? He imparts knowledge. He introduces something new. And we can see what is going on today. Whether people who like it or not, they must still send their children to school. Go and come back, acquire knowledge. There is a big difference from a petit trader who didn't go to school and a trader that went to school.
And it's packaging. Well, Prof, there is education and there is quality education. When the quality, because we have talent, not developed and not developed. If Kano alcohol culture is not developed and talent, they wouldn't be where they were today. So, how do we access that quality education, not just education? And the where?
Okay. When we say quality education and accessing quality education, we're looking at it in terms of formal, like I told you, you have formal education, you have informal education, and you have non-formal education. Now, taking from the perspective or the angle of formal education. So when we say formal education and how to access quality education, we need to first of all look at the curriculum, the school curriculum. Is it broad enough to accommodate all the things that are required for that particular course or subject? Have a broad curriculum. Then talk about the quality of teachers. The teachers that are recruited to teach in that particular school, whether primary, secondary, or higher institution, are they qualified? How ready are they to impart that knowledge? Then also talk about the students. Are they disposed to acquire that knowledge? Because I don't know the education is about giving and receiving. The teachers are there to give, while students are there to receive. Now you balance the two. If the teachers are qualified and are ready to teach, then how about the students? Are they actually ready to imbibe that teaching, acquire that knowledge? Then talk about the parents, like you said. Then are they willing to give that support to their children? I follow. Because then talk about the environment. The environment is conducive enough for learning, teaching and learning. For instance, now when we talk about this quality education and the quality education, the first time a coming of let me take our institution for example, Chukwuemeka University, where I'm coming from. So at the emergence of Professor Kate Azuko-Menela as the acting vice chancellor, the first thing she focused was the environment. So that the environment is not good for teaching and learning. That you want to turn the environment to look at in such a way that when you look at it, you find out that after you are coming to a university. Now it's part of start from the gate, because that's from the known to the known. Then when you see the gate, she will try to modernize the gate.
First impression.
To look attractive, to look fine. So now when you go to the university, see students hanging around the school gate, snapping pictures, sending them to their friends abroad and other institutions, so I don't know. So now you see the environment is very important. Then she begin also what you call the tree planting. I follow. Now, because that environment requires should be conducive. Should be conducive. Now, so when the environment is not conducive, there is no way there's no way we can teach and students will learn, because there will be that nonchalant of going to school and not being able to adapt in the environment because the environment is not friendly. We're going to have a friendly environment, then we'll be able to sit down and acquire all the knowledge that you're supposed to acquire, because the environment is very friendly. Now, talk about the teachers should be well motivated. To be said to you, when you motivate the teacher, he or she will teach very well. And also, more importantly, when the teachers are those who have that knowledge. And if people that have knowledge in that area are recruited, they will teach better. I feel it. Than when some people are going into academics because they think that there's money in the lecturing. They don't know. But when you have the passion, you will be able to do what? To impact that knowledge on the students. Not going there because people are saying that I want to go into academics and we went into academics without knowing actually what it takes to be an academics. So then making available the resources, that's where comes in the government now, because I have to equip the lab, make sure that classrooms, material aids, the teaching aids are available. So not building a mansion without the necessary equipment that should be there for adequate teaching and learning. Then also the parents who should at times visit your child at school to know exactly how he or she is coping. I feel because some people tell their parents that they are in school, why they are not in school? Why they are not in school? They will be in one place or the other, gallivanting. I feel it. So now these kids cannot get that quality education because they don't make themselves available to acquire quality education. But parents should help. We parents should help our children to get the quality education by making sure that they will monitor the process of their education and follow it up.
What has curriculum got anything to do with accessing quality education? I went to a school, primary, secondary, and I went there early in the morning, and after the assembly, during the assembly, after the assembly, now they told the students and pupils to do exercise.
Yes.
To do exercise.
Yes.
To warm up for the first lecture.
Yes.
But I counted it. Between 8 and 11 or 12 is the prime time for study. That's when the brain, works well for a lot of. If you after assembly and you tell them to warm up for the exercise, we didn't do it in those days, so I faulted that. So what has, because it's in their own curriculum, not in the state's curriculum. So has the curriculum got anything to do with accessing quality education or having quality education?
You see, in Nigerian educational system, we found out that different institutions practice different curriculum. So there are, what is common among studies in institutions in this country. But sometimes, people who think they are more knowledgeable educational upbringing of children starts to introduce the things like what you have just mentioned. But you find out that there are timetables within the school time frame that certain activities will fit into. And the people or the students will do that. But in the morning hours, like you rightly said, the brain, so having slept well, the brain is very receptive. After your breakfast, you go into the classroom, and in most cases, there are lecturers, probably will attest to that can come in before 6:30 to deliver their lectures. It's that one time you're now asking students, to go and start to do certain exercises. However, What can you do exactly? People
Depends on
must.
the individual.
People must exercise, but it must be at a conducive time.
Between 11 12, that's the time for break.
That is break time. It's all over the world, break time. So now, I would suggest that there are certain curriculums we will not introduce in schools. But I can tell you, in Britain, during the winter, and the sun comes out just like that, the people will be asked to go out just to receive the sun because it doesn't come all the time. They will just break the protocol and say, go out, exercise yourself.
Like in football, you have a cooling break.
That's right. So they go out, you see even offices closes for people to go and walk around the parks just to receive the sun because it may not come in the next 1 month, 2 months. So, but it is a one-off thing anyway. Now, you talked about Anambra State University. Yes, I do pass through there, and I found out that the ambience has changed. That is one good thing about not staying put, and the idea of having a VC for 5 years, one time and go. I don't like the days of the days of ordinary in sugar. So this time around, you find out no two VCs, whether acting or substances, is the same. There are changes. That's why government believes in changing, individual, because you have your ideas, you have your concepts, and you come in with. So now, the ideas of the university has changed, just like you said. The gate looks like a legacy gate. Now, call it legacy gate because so therefore I found not only that, there are a lot of changes in your department from the grapevine. A lot of changes in the sense that the VC doesn't load herself up with all the work you see has actually decentralized. I'm not part of them, but I think I do have feelings. So and that will show you that the woman is doing a good job. And that will help the students. I have a friend of mine, the Reverend gentleman, who wanted to do his doctoral degree, and for a long time he found it very difficult to get the supervisor. But today, because some HODs are overstayed. I don't want to get to you anyway. They are overstayed.
It's not an HOD.
I'm not saying that. So, I didn't know what I am saying. But today, the narrative has changed from what I had. Because I do have some friends who lectures there too. So, I'm happy with that. That actually gives an added incentive to the lecturers and the students. Because like you rightly said, the atmosphere is conducive. You will be having the urge to go to take lectures. You must go to school. You must feel like going to school. Every day you don't go to school, you feel like you have lost something. And that is it. When the teachers are there. Motivation. The government should motivate. The government should provide funds. If you go to some states now, like our state is, you must rank high in education anyway. Whether we like it or not, we are ranking too high in education. I'm talking from the secondary school level. We have won several awards all over the world, and we are still winning. And we are topping the chart when we take the jam and then the school. So we are topping the chart here. And people, it is becoming very envious of Anambra State. Like now, the power of Enugu, the government of Enugu, is now establishing what they call a smart school. It has about 260 smart schools. What are they doing there? They call it an experiential training centers in Enugu. They have the robotics, they have the AI, they have have all manner of areas where people will be actually trained for the market in this world, because a lot of things are changing digitally. So, and our state is not lagging behind. I know the one department of Nogodu used to be one of the best, because I have seen some of them that came to Wari law school, and they did very well.
Good.
You understand? So I'm not an educationist, but I have some,
No, you are a stakeholder. The program is used and MBS radio and television. Prof, let's look at the cross section of Nigerians say that education is falling. Do you agree about falling education in Nigeria?
I wouldn't say that I disagree or that I agree, but the simple fact is that when we compare the education of, let's say, after independence, pre-independent, and post-independent, and this of the 20th century, I call it now 21st century, and coming to the issue of from the early 2000 upwards, we need to see some changes in education. The issue where the people are no longer disposed or are no longer interested in education because of the sometimes they come with the idea of unexisting issues like let's say education is a scam, whereby people are interested in getting access to wealth, quick way to get rich, and so these are these things. And also government in their own part not giving adequate attention to education has to a great extent affected the nature of education in Nigeria. So that is why I will agree that education is somehow
falling to an extent.
Not to an extent, because there is a poor attention, a lot of adequate attention to education. Because when we look at the international recognized budgets to education, which is 26%, Nigerian education to education, how many percent? Very poor. I follow you. So that's why most schools, and at times the issue of instant strike in some universities and some education and polytechnics because of poor pay. Now, some also are talking about other ways of cushioning the effect of the hardship in the country, whereby a teacher will have a workshop in one market or one place or the other. Also, the time for lectures are being shared with time for private business. That still affects the level of education. Yes. So you see that then also the pay, the package. So whereby what you are being paid cannot take you home, what you call take home pay can no longer reach home.
Take you home.
Can no longer take you home.
It's a problem. But who make it therefore? I get Punkani. The body also the body in my nikuzi, my stakeholders everywhere. They were Apple or quality education.
Onye ọkammụta anyị na-anọ ebe digital director ọ kọwachiri ike na akwụrụ igwe ụgwọ mgbọrọgwụ n'aja ọrụ. Kedu ihe ọrụ na ị na-enye ndị nkụzi na-akụziri ụmụ akwụkwọ ireba jiri arụ ọrụ ụgwọ ọnwa mgbe achọkwa mgbe jiri akwụwa ịrọkọ ogwu ụgwọ ma penshọn bụ ihe niile ihe bụ ihe ga-amalite mkpụrụ ogwu onye nkụzi ọbụla. Ọ gaghị eje ka aje nwee shed na eke ọka, ọ gaghị eje chọwa shed na otu Ọnịcha, maka na mma na asị na mmadụ mana ọ bụ onwe nke ọ ga-eme mma, nwe ka ọ ga-eme mma. Na ihe na gọọmenti niile wa na-eme gbasara mmụta na Anambra steeti amaka. Anyị ka bụ ndị izizi na Naịjirịa a na-eṅomi anyị eṅomi wee na-arịọkwa ndị nkụzi ndị na-agbawa abụ ọrụ ọrụ ụmụ anyị ka anyị na-emewute ọkwa ndị Anambra bụ 90% of ndị na-eji akwụkwọ na Anambra steeti and ihe ọbụla emerebe anyị na-eme ụlọ mọkwara ọnọdụ anyị na Naịjirịa biko
For 30 seconds, I went and the water in the book.
Ihe a na-ayọzi bụ ka ndị nwe ụmụ akwụkwọ biko ka unu tinye uchu akwụkwọ na-agụ maka na ihe sikwe n'ike esiri ike nne na nna na-ata afọla akpata ego so ọnwa ka nne na nna gị ji kpata ego wee kwụọ ụgwọ akwụkwọ unu kaba arụ na-agụ akwụkwọ ahụ akwụrụ ụgwọ ya na-agụ ya akwụ maka na akwụkwọ dịkwa na mkpa ọ dị mkpa here no education is life dangerously education bụ ihe niile whether ma na ọ formal education nke na-ejere ụlọ akwụkwọ ma ọ bụ nke ọ bụrụ ka esi gị nwa onye ọfụma nke ọ bụla ị na-eme
First answer on Director Japan Joint Universities Preliminary Examinations Board Chukwemeka University, and of course Chief Ghana Yobidibo, former Rotary President UNICEF. Well, thank you for coming to the program. I'm looking for everybody in the house, and of course my producer Don Onyenchi. I am Eze Onwoji. See you again. Bye for now.